Okay, next after this, we'll go to the basic folder. We'll click here in the address bar. Again, we'll type cmd, enter. VS Code will open directly under the basic folder. VS Code will open directly under the basic folder. Okay, VS Code will open under the basic folder. After that, we can write here code space dot again. Code space dot. Code space dot enter. VS Code will open directly. VS Code will open directly. This way. Okay. Next, write so hope for everyone. CMD is pointing to the basic folder. If basic folder is not created, you can create a JavaScript folder. Under JavaScript folder, you can create basic folder and you will follow this step. You will go to this folder, basic folder, and again you will click under the upper address box and you will type cmd and enter. So command prompt will open directly under the basic folder. Command prompt will open directly under the basic folder, and under this command prompt we can type this code space dot enter. Code space dot enter. The VS Code will get open. VS Code will get open. Okay. VS Code will get open. Now we'll come to the VS Code, and here we have the folder structure, file structure. File will create here, and from here will run. So we have reach somewhere switch case. In yesterday class, we reached till switch case. Next we have this one. Next we have called loop. Like you are under the JavaScript control structure. Under the control structure, if else, nested if, switch case, we made some basic example. Next we are moving under the loop. So under the loop we have one is called for loop, another one is called while loop, then do while. The for loop, do while loop, this we are going to use for those conditions, those cases where something similar kind of task we are repeating again and again. We want certain range functionality, then we can use the loop. So instead of writing manually 1 to 10, we will give that task to system and we'll ask the system to run a loop 1 to 10 and print 1 to 10. We want to print the 10 years, last 10 years. So instead of writing manually last 10 years, we will give the task to system and we'll say start from this year, go to this year and print following years. The system will print all. Okay, that is the meaning of your programming and meaning of your loop. So manual work we are converting into automate. So there we have condition we have. While printing some statement, you must apply some kind of condition that you saw under the if else. Next, we have a loop, certain range functionality we are going to do, certain range value we are going to print, certain range condition we are going to check. So in that case, your loop will help you. So first we have called for loop. We will try for loop and then we'll come to the next. In for loop also we have multiple ways, ascending, descending, increment, decrement, increment by one, increment by more than one, decrement by one, decrement by more than one. So all options are there. So we'll come to the VS Code again. In VS Code, you will create the next file, loop 1.js. Loop 1.js. Loop 1.js. In loop 1.js, we can write here. First, in normal syntax, what is the structure of for loop? So, for loop says like you are going to print certain statement, you are going to do some certain task of a range. So, question is, what is the starting point? Where you want to start the task? Where you want to start your work? Right? That is called as a initial point. So for loop need first parameter that is called initial point. We call it a initialization, a starting point. What is the initial value? Okay, so for need first parameter, I'll write here called init as a initialization, where your statement start from. Second, it says like till where you want to go. What is your limitation? Till where you want to reach? Till where you want to print the statement? Till where you want to do the task? That's called a condition, upper limit. Condition. And the third point says when you are starting from one place and you want to reach somewhere, how you want to move? You want to go step by step? You want to jump multiple steps? You want to go slow or fast? That is called increment or decrement. Okay. So I'll use here just plus is called increment operator. It represent increase by one, and minus is decrement operator. It represent decrease by one according to our initial value. What was the initial value and what is the condition? Based on that, you will use the increment or decrement operator. Plus represent increase by one, minus represent decrease by one. And after that, in between, you will write the statement, whichever the statement want to print and whichever the business functionality we want to do. Now, right below, one small example for a variable that initial point we are setting as a 1. Start from 1. Then condition we are going to keep somewhere. I less than equal to 10 means start from 1 and go till 10. Then if you are starting from lower number and you want to reach till 10 higher number, definitely you have to increase yourself. So when you are saying increase, we have to do the increment. Then how much you want to increment at a time? 1 by 1. Then we have to do plus symbol. It's called increment operator. If you want to increase by 2, 3, we have something else, we'll write it. So initial point is 1. The loop has to go till 10 and loop has to increase after each step by 1. Now that instruction you given to the system, your JavaScript compiler is going to execute that line. After that, in between what you want to do, that's called a statement. So we'll write here console.log the for say says I. So I will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 like that. So it will keep printing the value of I according to name.
Sir, you are using curly brackets and normal brackets in different conditions. What is the purpose of curly brackets and normal brackets?
Normal bracket is called function bracket, and this is called curly bracket. This represents the statement. When you want to print some statement, you can say like the area, where is the start and where is the end. So flower curly bracket represent the area. Okay, whereas the function bracket represent the, you can say something else. So when you say this function, this bracket, right? This called a function bracket. But whereas this represent the area. For loop you have started here, but what is the area of the for loop? So area start from here, area end here. So in between area, you can do anything related to your I will be exist within this area. Like the for loop is going to execute the statement that is written within the flower bracket. Okay. But this is the part of the syntax that is not made by me, that is not even made by you. It is a part of the syntax of the for loop. Okay, so hope we wrote it. Now after that, we need to run this file. We are under the CMD. In CMD also we can run, or we can run under the VS Code also. We have a terminal. From terminal also we can run. So CMD, if it is pointing to the basic folder, you can run from here, also fine. Node space your file name. What is the file name? Loop1 .js. Enter. So it is print 1 to 10 exactly. So this task 1 to 10, we were supposed to do manually. But instead of doing manually, we given this task to system, saying like, this is the instructions, this is the pattern. Now follow this pattern and do this task. So the loop will start from the certain place and go till certain, and in between it will execute your given statement. Okay. Check once. Hope it should work for everyone.
Yeah, it is clear.
Okay, here in the terminal also we have option. VS Code terminal, we can go new terminal, and in new terminal also you can write same command, node space your file name, loop1.js, and enter. Here also it is going to print 1 to 10. But in some system, from the terminal, node command may not recognize. If it's unable to recognize from there, then you can ignore that. Try from here directly. CMD will execute proper. You can run from here also. So both the options we have, we can run from either of the place. Terminal, in the terminal we can write node space file name, it will run, or from the CMD also we can run. Okay, let's come down. Now you write another loop, console.log, just I added one separator. The same statement what you printed on the top, that was in ascending order, you try to print in descending order. The for initial point will set by higher number, suppose we'll give called 10. So starting happen from the 10. Then you want to go down. You don't want to go 11, 12, 13. You want to come 9, 8, 7 like that. So you have to check I is greater than equal to 1. Then what to do? Minus 1 by 1. Okay. So I, the value of I is 10. And we are checking is that I greater than equal to 1? Yes, 1. Then what to do? Keep minusing by 1 till it will not reach 1. Console.log the for say again I. Call I. Okay, we can print again. Let's go to the CMD and you can write again CLS. CLS will clear the screen. CLS command will clear the screen. Whatever you have written, all will get clean. Now you can write again node space, same page 1 .js, even .js is optional, not page 1, loop 1.js and enter. It will print you both 1 to 10 as well as 10 to 1. Ascending and descending, both statement will get printed. Try once. If anyone have any error, they can let me know. We can find it. Okay, so hope working. Okay, come next. Now, the for loop only will not increase by 1, will try to increase by 2 or 3 or something else. Console.log plus by 2 or here I equal to 1. Assume, or maybe I equal to give 2000 SP 2000 I less than equal to 2023, then I equal to I plus 2. I equal to I plus 2. It is not going to print now 2001. It will print directly 2002. Because I is not incrementing by 1. I is just getting increment by 2. The value of I is 2000. 2000 plus 2. Next will come 2002. Then 2002 plus 2 will become 2004. So it is going to increase by 2 now. Console.log the year is comma I. So it will print all the years from the 2000 to 2023 increment by 2. Increment by 2. Let us check again. CLS I'll run again. It will create the screen. Node space loop1 .js. You can see instead of printing all years, it is printing only even number year from the 2000 to 2022. All the even numbers years are getting printed. Right? Let's come next. Next, one more example will create of nested loop. How you can use the loop inside loop. For loop only. One for loop as a outer for loop and one more for loop as a inner level for loop. Okay. So that we can create the next example, loop2.js. 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 First write the outer loop. For loop only. Variable I equal to maybe 1. I less than equal to, you can keep 10. Increment by 1. So this is the outer loop. Inside that, console.log I, comma, the outer loop. The outer loop. So it is going to print 1 to 10. There is no any problem in this. Now you write the inner level loop. Again, one more for loop. j also start from 1, j less than equal to 5, j plus plus. So the outer loop is going to run 1 to 10 times and inner loop is going to run 1 to 5 times. But the difference will be when outer loop will get called, it is going to execute, it is going to print only 10 times, but inner level loop in every iteration it will print 5 times. When the value of I is 1, that time also loop will run 1 to 5 for the j. When the value of I will become 2, then also the loop of j will run 1 to 5. Okay. So every time the j will print 1 to 5, 1 to 5, 1 to 5, 1 to 5. How many times? 10 times. Since outer loop is going to call total 10 times. Console.log j the inner loop. The inner loop. Okay, the inner loop. Now we'll run the page and we'll understand what is happening in outer loop as well as in inner loop. Node space loop2 .js. Node space loop2.js. Okay, so we can print one separator here. So it will be helpful to understand what is happening. /n will break the line. After printing j 1 to 5, line break will happen. Again, it will print the value of I. After printing the value of j, again break will happen. Let us check now again. We can run the CLS, clear will happen, and then run again the same command, loop2.js, and identify when the value of outer loop is 1, then also the inner loop is printing 1 to 5 times. When the value of outer loop is 2, then also the inner loop is printing 1 to 5 times. Correct? When the outer loop is 3, inner loop is running 1 to 5 times. Every time when the outer loop is executed, in every iteration of outer loop, the inner loop is getting printed 1 to 5, 1 to 5, 1 to 5 everywhere. This flow we wanted to change. When the outer loop is 1, the inner loop also should execute only 1 time. When outer loop becomes a 2, the inner loop should execute only 2 times. So for that, a small change is required. Right? We can see j equal to 1 you have written. J less than equal to 5 you wrote. In case if we do j less than equal to I, if you do the j less than equal to I, then what will happen is j will start from 1, that is a true, but it has to go till I. Now what is the value of I first time? 1. So the loop will run, inner level loop will run only one time. Second time the value of I will become 2. So inner level loop will also run 2 times. The third iteration, the value of I will become 3. So inner level loop will also run how many times? 3 times. So that will become a meaningful something. Save it down and then let us see. Change the value of in the j condition, instead of j less than equal to 5, put j less than equal to I. J less than equal to I. Next, we will run it. Okay, so let's see once. CLS we can run. Then node space. Local. You will find now the output become little different. When the value of I is 1, j is also 1. When the value of I is 2, the inner loop is also 2 times. When the value of I is 3, inner loop is also running how many times? 3 times, right? So this becomes a inner level loop is based on outer level loop.
What happens when it is 6?
6 will come as a 6 only. You can see here 6 is there. 6 there, then 6 will run. 6 times it will happen.
Okay.
When the value of I is 9, 9 times will run. When the value of I is 10, 10 times will run. Okay, it will run 1 to 10 total. Right. You should write. Here, only one person is writing. Writing is the best policy for a developer. Developer, write the code, okay? You should write it. It will be helpful for you. Write it, execute it. I was speaking the same thing, no? So make j equal to I. What is the value of I first time? 1. So the condition will become here as a 1. When the value of I will become 2, the j will go till 2 times. When the value of I will become 3, the j less than equal to 3. So that statement becomes a dynamic. That statement becomes a dynamic. Every time the j will run based on the value of I. What is the value of I? Till that time it will run. Before that, what I have written? 5. 5 I have written. That meaning the j was running till 5 times. Now the j loop is not running till 5 times. It's running till the value of I. So what is the value of I? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 till 10 it will go. Okay, next will come for the other loop. So this everything I sent you in your chat. Next will be called while loop. While loop. Next will be called while loop. Create next file loop3.js. Loop3.js. In loop3.js, again write a comment here and understand the structure of while loop. Structure of while loop. Okay, now inside that we will write call. In while loop also first we have to do some initialization. What is your initial point where your loop is going to start from? That is called initial point. Second will be called condition. So condition will come under the while. While inside the while we have to write called condition. Condition can be anything. Initial point can be anything. Next, we have to go under the then we'll write inside again a statement. A statement. A statement. Then after that, since while starting the while, you have given one initial point, you are checking the condition also, as well as you are printing the statement. Next, after that, you must have to do some kind of increment or decrement according to your initial point as well as your condition. If you are not doing increment, decrement, it will go under the infinite loop. Loop will never end and your page will keep running as usual. Okay, loop will not terminate. It comes under the infinite loop. So now you are going to write here call. You are going to write here call a variable initial point give 1, then write again while is that variable less than equal to 10. If yes, then console.log the while say the value of I. The while say the value of I. If you run this much, then loop will go under infinite. Every time the value of I will be 1 and it will be always less than 10 and it will keep printing 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Okay. It will never reach 10. So we have to do I plus plus. We have to do I plus plus. Save it now. Let's run again. Node space. Node space, your file name, loop 3. It is going to print again. Similar like for loop. What was happening in the for loop? 1 to 10. But here the syntax is different. The way of writing is different. Plus, when you come to the actual project implementation point of view, the condition will also be different. Scenario will be different. Everywhere you can't use the for loop. Everywhere you cannot use the while loop. According to need, we have to use. Both are useful. It's not like useful is while loop is not useful, for loop is useful. Both are useful according to condition, according to need.
So when do we use for and when do we use while?
I don't have any condition to explain you. Once situation comes, then we'll come to know. Okay. Both are doing the similar work. You saw now. Both are doing the similar work. But again, if similar work is doing, then why people have made both? Definitely there will be difference. Yes, difference is there. We will be understanding that once we'll come inside. This all what you are writing, this is called syntax. Actual implementation is not in this way. Actual implementation is something else. When we'll have a data, then we will see how this going to work. Okay, come next. Next, we can write in the same page descending order loop as well as increment or decrement by more than one number. Console.log now we'll write here a variable again I equal to 10 while I greater than I less than equal to 1, I greater than equal to 1, not less than equal to 1, I greater than equal to 1, then come inside and console again. Console.log the while say dollar of I as well as we can write here I equal to I minus 2. I equal to I minus 2. So since starting from 10, and it has to go till 1, starting from 10 and it has to go till 1, then what should happen? It has to come down. Then how much you are going to decrease each time? You are decreasing by 2. I equal to I minus 2. The value of I is 10. 10 minus 2 is 8. 8 minus 2, 6 minus 2, 4, something like that. Let's check once. It should print now. Node space, file name, loop 3, 108642. Decrement is also happening. Next example will be of do while. That is also one similar statement with a small difference. So create the next file, loop4.js. 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 Let's come to the loop4.js and again write a condition syntax for next one. That is called do while. In the case of do while, also initialization will happen in the beginning. After initialization, it starts from the do. Under the do, you can write the statement. And even you have to do increment or decrement according to need. So first execution will happen. Later, condition will check. First execution and second condition. Okay, first execution and second condition. Now come down. If first execution is happening, then definitely it will not be under the control. How it happen? Let's write here. A variable I equal to 1000. I equal to 1000. Coming down, I print the value of I. Console.log. Okay, the do say I, then I plus plus. But what is the condition is? Condition is while I less than equal to 100. I less than equal to 100.
But you are writing I plus plus means it goes up, right? It will add 1.
So beginning the value of I is 1000. The value of I is 1000. It will print here 1000. Then it will increase by 1. It become 1001. Then what you are checking? Is that less than 100? No. Condition is false here, right? Condition is false. That represent I is not less than 100. It is already 1001. So condition is false. Still it will print one statement. Okay. If whether your condition is true or false, no matter, the do will execute minimum how many times? 1. That's how it is designed. Node look for. You can say what it says. The do says 1000. The condition is false. Still a statement came. So it will not happen like this in the case of while. While will not allow to go inside because while first it will check the condition. Let me write here below. Console.log. Let's create a variable j equal to similar 1000. Come inside while j less than equal to 100. If yes, then only print the statement. If yes, then only print the statement. The while says the value of I as a j and j plus plus. This happen in the case of while loop, and this happen in the case of do while. Now we'll run it again and we'll see, are we getting any output from the while loop or only do while is working? Do while will execute once, whether your condition satisfied or satisfied, whereas while will not execute even once also if condition is not satisfied. So in this case, the value of j is 1000 and your condition is 100 only. So condition is not matching. So while will say, sorry, you cannot print anything because condition is not satisfied. But do will say, first you print once and then check the condition. So in the case of do, it will execute minimum once. It will execute minimum once. Let's check now. We can come to the CMD and run once. Node space. CLSL run. Node space. Loop 4. See, it says do says 1000, whereas while loop says nothing. While loop has not printed any line. So work for everyone. Go next. Next file will be something else. Next file will be example of while loop as well as for loop, both together. Nested loop, outer loop is a while loop, inner loop is a for loop. Okay. Come now, create the next file. Loop5.js. Loop5.js. Outer loop, console.log, nested loop you write here. Write a variable I equal to maybe 1, while I has to go till 10. Skip till 10. And do the increment by 1 I is 1. Inside now, you have to write a for loop. That's like this. For where j equal to 1, j less than equal to I, then j plus plus. Again, we'll ask what is the meaning of j less than equal to I. So j less than equal to I, j less than equal to I is nothing but what is the value of I? So first time the value of I is 1. So j is starting from 1 and j has to go till how much? 1. Second time the value of I will become 2. So j will start from 1 and j will go till where? Till 2. So you made your program completely soft code, inner level loop. According to the value of I, the j has to execute. What is the value of I? That many times the inner level loop will execute. Next, after that, you will print here console.log 1 star. 1 star. And after doing this 1 star, you will come down and console.log 1 separator, just like this. Save it now and run once. Node space, your file name, loop file. See. First time, how many star? Only 1. Second time, 2 star, 3 star, 4 star, 5 star, 6 star, 7, 8, 9, 10, right? But the output is expected something else. Just we have printed a star 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, but final output should be something else. It should not be 1 star, 2 star, 3 star. A star only, but arrangement should be different. Okay. So first we check till here. If it is working, flow is okay, then we can add the next line. Okay, so let's go ahead and do something next. within the while loop, create a variable called my star equal to empty by default. My star equal to empty. Every time after finishing the inner level loop, the value of my star will become empty. So when the loop will come from beginning, my star will be empty. It will come down and do something. What is going to do? Let's go here. My star equal to my star plus 1 star. 1 star. So if the loop will run one time, under my star, only 1 star will store. If the inner level loop will run 5 times, under my star, it will store how many star? 5 star. Okay, 5 star. And after that, after coming out from the loop, console.log, print the my star. It will print the my star. I'll remove this console.log. And then logic is going to come in beginning, first loop. The value of I will be 1. So the J loop is going to run only one time. 1 star will store under the my star. Below it will print 1 star. I will become plus plus. The value of I will become 2. It will come down again. My star will be empty. It will go for the loop. J equal to 1. J less than equal to I. So the value of I is now 2. So this loop will run 2 times. So 1 by 1, 2 star will store under the my star. And once the loop is finished, 2 star will get printed. Okay. Again, the value of I will get increased by 1. The value of I will become 3. It will go here. My star will become empty. And again, it will create 3 loop. And each loop, it will create 1 star. So 1, 2, 3. 3 star will go to my star. And after coming out from the loop, 3 star will get printed. Okay. So what will happen at last? At last, it will print the 10 star. And at beginning, it will print only 1 star. Now, if we run it, will come to CLS, node space your file name, loop 5, enter. Is print like this. First time the value of I is 1, J will run one time, only 1 star. Second time the value of I will become 2, J will run 2 times, 2 star. But why it is printing in same line? That is also a question. Because here you are doing concatenation. A equal to A plus B. The value of a star, like a star you are storing under the my star. Again, second loop, a star will go to my star. Third loop, a star will go to my star. Once the loop is finished, it will print the my star. So in my star, how many star? 3 star. Next time, the value of I will become 4. So this loop will run 4 times. First time, 1 star will go to my star. Second time, 1 more star. Third time, 1 more star. Fourth loop, 1 more star. So total under the my star, how many star it will hold? 4 star. Once this loop will get terminated, at last it will print how many? 4 star. Right? So that's how the loop is going to run from 1 to 10. This becomes a dependent inner level loop based on outer loop. Try once, see it's happening or not. So this all we have related to loop. Okay, after this, we have next class that is based on function. Function. In JavaScript, how to write the function, how to call the function, function with parameter, function without parameter, how many way we can write the function. After understanding the function, we will go for the array. Then we will combine array, function and loop together. Okay, array, function and then loop together. After understanding that single dimensional array, we'll go for array of object. There, function will be there, array will be there, loop will be there, and along with that, object will be there. Okay. Hope everyone have tried. See, JavaScript code till you are not writing, you will not be confident. So it is suggestion for everyone. You should write it. Okay. If you write, will be very, very helpful. Your finger should know what you want to do. Okay. Mind will give you instruction according to need, but finger should know what it has to do. Okay. So that is important. You need to follow it. Write it. Okay.